Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen GamesCom 2016 presentation overview. I just wanted to go over and condense down what was shown and said. I'll put links to the full show and some other bits and bobs that might be interesting to you in the description below. The very beginning of the presentation was muted, but I don't think anything was shown there. Well, nothing was shown there. And then they went straight into showing a little cutting a couple of bits on 2.5, which is going to be released to live super soon. They wanted to release it straight after the Gamescom presentation, but it's gone to a further PTU instead. It's just not ready there, but it will be released real soon. Obviously, that comes with Grimhex. They were talking about the new features with it, including the new landing system, audio GFX and lighting improvements, the size 5 laser, the Misk Reliance can be flyable, and the Argo is flyable and on sale as soon as that 2.5 patch goes live. But new stuff and stuff that we actually really care about. Star Citizen Alpha 2.6 will be bringing Star Marine. This will be the next patch, obviously, after 2.5. It's going to be competitive FPS with a matchmaking jump-in system like Arena Commander has. It's tactical, team-based action, so it's going to be teams of players fighting each other. There's a new custom arena for ground and zero-G combat combined. There's remastered FPS weapons. They've improved ground and zero-G movement and controls, and there's new avatars and characters. They've improved the models, so we're going to actually be able to look different, I'm assuming, and also we're going to have a lot better models to run around and shoot each other with. Arena Commander is also going to get some love in 2.6. They've improved the SCM flight and combat mechanics. They've improved cameras that will help us get gaming footage. So thank you very much to CIG for that. That's going to help no end when it comes to YouTube videos. There's going to be various gameplay improvements. There's going to be an asteroid slalom race around Grimhex, new multiplayer deathmatch arenas, or at least arena, the Herald and the Vanguard Hoplite dropship, which has previously been not announced, but it's in Squadron 42. Is also going to be in 2.6, which is pretty cool. Gamescom sales. So there is currently a sale for Explorer ships at Gamescom. The Anvil Terrapin is also on sale as a totally new ship. It's basically an exploration ship with long-range sensor suites, but also really heavy armor, powerful shields. It's basically there to tackle hazards that might crop up during surveying potentially hostile and dangerous systems. It's a two-person ship, and it's basically like a flying tank. It's going to be $195, and it's on sale now. That's excluding taxes. I will do a whole video on that because it's a very in-depth little post there, and exploration is going to be a huge thing in Star Citizen. Also, various other exploration ships and ground vehicles are also on sale, including the Urza Rover for $50, but there's various packages that include the Carrack and other stuff. And the Urza Rover looks like it can mount a gun on top, and we'll talk about that in a couple of seconds, because the major thing they showed at the presentation was Star Citizen Alpha 3.0, previously named 2.7. So we heard about 2.7, it was going to be the procedural planet tech. It's now been renamed 3.0 as pretty much the last release of 2016, and it's going to be debuting that planet tech, but also a lot more. So let's talk about that. They're expanding the Stanton system to basically include the full system with ArcCorp, Hurston, Microtech, Crusader, Delmar, all as hero zones, but they're also adding new space stations, moons, asteroid belts. They want 30 to 40 locations in total. They're also adding basic professions to the mix, so piracy, bounty hunting, cargo hauling, trading, and mercenaries at least. They are concerned really in the game with density in the gameplay area and levels of detail rather than millions and millions of locations, like planets-wise, like they have done with No Man's Sky, that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a very rich, detailed, condensed gameplay area. The stuff is generated on demand. There are elements of procedural tech with the planets and that sort of stuff, but they also now have tools for a more artist-driven feel too. So basically the artists will be able to create large forests and mountain ranges and that sort of stuff as well. Some of the AI subsumption system's going to be in there as well. There's going to be various and diverse NPC actions. There are going to be NPCs walking around and doing things. There's day and night cycles, increased missions, and complexity of missions are going to be there as well, and there's going to be economy driven missions too. Technology-wise, Item System 2.0, or Item 2.0 is coming with the 3.0 patch. This comes with the Inner Thought Contextual Action System, replacing the U system. So you can go up to a door and you'd have the option to open the door, lock the door, close and lock the door, that sort of stuff. It might also enable the repair of components in ships as well. That was mentioned, but not 100% confirmed. They've also got the Star Network version 1.0, which is the new network code, which will be increasing performance, adding more players. It's just generally better. Subsumption 1.0 as well is going to be coming in, which we just talked about really. It's going to add schedules and stuff for NPCs as well. Mission System 1.0 as well. That's dynamic missions that can be templated. They can be modular, NPC and economy driven. And this leads on to the biggest, most beautiful thing they showed, which was some 3.0 gameplay. In this gameplay, I'll just go over it quickly, but I'll also link to gameplay so you can see it. The player receives a video message, and it was all done live, showing a potential mission, which is accessed via the Mobiglass. There's a video there where the NPC talks to the player. He gets a waypoint to Levski, travels to Levski, but not before grabbing a friend, grabbing a freelancer. The HUD and the animations on the ship, they just seem absolutely fantastic. They open a star map, and this is pretty early development as well. And they double click on the Delamar or Levski location to quantum jump to it. We see an orbital station, we hear some audio chatter. They travel to the Levski gate, which I'm not entirely sure what that is, and they fly towards a planet. The horizon and the all of the planet details, they're not artificial. That's the real horizon. It's not like artificially created to prevent your view. That's it. Atmospheric flight's in too, so as they get closer to the planet, atmospheric flight effectively takes over, starts to affect their ship, and they can land anywhere. So they do. They just land to show that they can. It looks relatively good, the planet. Obviously, the textures and such need some love, but it is supposed to be a rocky, desolate biome planet. So there's some faff around, and they get back in the ship. The animations and suits are great, by the way. There's some frame rate issues on the planet's surfaces, it seems, although that could just be totally random. Another video message appears as they get closer to the actual landing zone, basically saying, we've got a landing pad for you, come land. He lands in manually, and we see the inside of Levski, which basically looks like Rapture from Bioshock. And they get into a lift and look around. We see the contextual menu for the Inner Thought system again, telling us where he can go in the lift. We see a cool statue, which is the symbol of defiance against the UEE. And they show off the technology that kind of the multiplayer stuff that allows you can have a player outside looking in at players inside. Elevators are real, they physically move. We get to see various locations around Levski, the Grand Barter Bazaar, which is a multi-level kind of industrial shantytown shopping centre. We see NPCs as we pass them. I mean, they're very early at the moment. They talk to you, they point at you, they try and act living and breathing. Eventually, this will be a lot more fleshed out, and they'll be a lot more dynamic, I expect, and they will actually feel like they are talking to you. We see Cafe Musain, which is the next location shown. The player basically then meets the original mission giver that you saw in the previous video. They sit and talk about the mission. And it gets details that it's to pick up a black box from the wreck of a Starfarer. Simple. He accesses the context menu and accepts. There's a lot going on at Levski. Basically, they leave Levski then. They travel up through the atmosphere and warp to the mission location. They engage and kill some pirates. The audio here is dynamically changing based on what's happening. This is the music logic system. That might actually be coming out in 2.6, but if not, then it'll be coming out in 3.0. And remember, there's no 2.7 anymore, that's 3.0. They approach the Starfarer wreck, EV out to it. It looks kind of operational, but then you see the rear end, and it's pretty exploded. There are bodies and pirates inside. They have a bit of a fight. The player here knows where the captain's quarter is, because obviously spent some time on a freelancer before. He grabs the mission data, completes the mission, and then he gets a hint at another mission to go wipe out some pirates. Those pirates that they've just been fighting, basically, their base, and go and reclaim that cargo for themselves. So he gets his mission reward for that last mission and a new mission to go and reclaim the cargo on a nearby planet. He continues to look through the Starfarer first and finds a dragonfly in the cargo bay, the yellow, cool, limited edition one, which is entirely flyable, which I'm assuming will flyable in 2.6 or 2.7. It's really, really awesome, and he flies it out into the Freelancer. They then fly to a new waypoint to eliminate the pirate base. They get close to the pirate base and they exit the Freelancer on the Dragonfly, which then goes into grav mode. So this is like the planet landing mode, because it is both a spacecraft, the Dragonfly, and a ground vehicle. He fights an Urza rover and Dragonfly with the assistance of the Freelancer. That Urza rover is pretty cool with a little gun on it. They're not fighting actual NPCs, as they haven't finished them yet. I don't believe anyway. I don't think any of those were NPCs that they fought, other than possibly the 2 pirate ships. But they will be adding them. Hopefully we'll get them in 2.7 with all the new AI subsumption stuff. So after dispatching those pirates, they clear the base, and then they pick up some loot. They do a little exploration. They get a new video message, and, well, I won't spoil it for you, but I will link it. It was really cool. You need to watch it because it was really great gameplay, and it really shows off what Star Citizen is attempting to do and what we'll be doing in the future. That was basically it for the presentation. As I said, there is that sale on, which I will link to, and I will get a video out on the new Terrapin pretty damn quick, as well as going over the other stuff in the sale. But that gameplay was pretty awesome, and I'll get a separate video as clean as I can, stripped from the stream there. I'll try and clean it up as best I can and link that in the description as well. It was really great. I'm really looking forward to CitizenCon now. We'll be showing lots of Squadron 42 stuff there, and Chris promised that it would be significantly more impressive than what we had just seen. And if that's so, then we're going to be impressed quite heavily, because that was pretty damn awesome. Anyway, guys, don't forget that you can win a Drake Dragonfly just by commenting on any of my Star Citizen videos through the month of August. I will be picking up some other ships for giveaways in the future as well now. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help me. Tell me what you thought about the presentation. Yeah, I'll see you in the verse.